Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, where you can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the brand new AGV Corsa helmet available at RevZilla.com. You've waited for it, and it has arrived. This is the new Corsa from AGV. This is basically a carbon fiber, aramid, and fiber version of the AGV Pista, which Valentino Rossi is wearing in MotoGP. This is the new tri-composite top of the line from AGV, replacing the GP Tech that you see here to my left. This was the classic top of the line pre-Pista, pre-Corsa. This is the classic 5 continents Valentino Rossi helmet that I have over here to my left. Everything's different. Completely new shell, completely new system. Protection, aerodynamics, comfort feature, field of vision. I'm going to walk you through all of it, and it's all completely changed going into 2014. Now remember, this is a race-inspired helmet designed to be in the tuck, and look at the aggressive profile. The GP Tech had an aggressive profile. This is more aggressive. Notice the way that it's oriented. It's meant to be chin on the tank. Notice when that field of view and the way that chin bar lines up, again, head down on the tank, in the tuck, in the 3/4. Honestly, you upright riders out there, don't even waste your time. This is top of the food chain. You're talking about a helmet north of $700, touching on all of the technology that they developed with Rossi himself for MotoGP. Now, this is my winter test graphic for part of the launch graphics. There's graphics available, they're solid, there's matte colors, there's even this matte white they call primer white, which is really, really gnarly. From here, let's talk briefly about fitment, and then I'm going to walk through all of the key changes one by one. I could tell you everything is different up front, but honestly, you'd probably have me spend the correct amount of time on them. Now, fit is going to be what I'm going to call intermediate to neutral oval. This is the first time we've seen a helmet that you can tune the fitment or the shape in the crown. So when I get to the point in the video where I pull it all apart, you're going to see me having these wings that I'm able to move around that change it from more neutral to more intermediate oval head shape. Keep that in mind. Remember, you can give us a shout if you have questions about it, and as always, we're going to ship it for free. I will call out too that I believe there's 8 sizes across 4 shells here. So extra small through a few XL sizes, but what you're going to see is when you get into the mediums, it goes small, small medium, medium, medium large, large. So you have these 2 intermediate shapes as well. So when you check the size chart, make sure you take a remeasurement of your head because they're giving you the chance to fine tune it. And the reason they're doing that is because with 4 shell sizes themselves that they're building different feeling EPSs and comfort liners into, what you have to do, what you have the ability to do is get the least amount of helmet that you need for your size head. So again, we have a small, medium, or actually this is a medium large, and it came in at 3 pounds 7 ounces for the DOT ECE rated version. So again, still under 3.5 pounds for DOT ECE rated, but remember, that's the medium large. The medium could potentially be lighter, and then going down, it's going to get even lighter still. Now, as I walk through the nuances, you're going to have questions. Subscribe to us at RevZilla TV. Leave us your comments, your questions, and your gut reaction feedback as I walk through it. Let's start with the shell. So I've already told you, it's carbon fiber, it's aramid, which is Kevlar and resins pulling everything together. Notice the shell shape here. What they've done is they've increased the aerodynamic profile and made it more aggressive. Again, it's meant to be on the tank, but notice how they've integrated now this external spoiler held on with polyurethane bolts meant to shear off to extend the back, extend the aerodynamic profile that's going to integrate with the speed hump if you're racing. But the beauty of it was what that has done is it's eliminated 44% of the Z coefficient drag. So you guys know when you're on the track and you're in the tuck and that helmet wants to pull up, it's creating pressure away from the tank of your bike. By adding the shape of this helmet, now it's increased your ability to stay down, stay focused, stay in the tuck by 44%. They're taking that drag away. Nice touch. You can also see that they're sticking with their IVR system in the shell here. So let's talk about the venting. The venting scheme on this helmet has been increased by nearly 150%. Dramatically larger vents, chimney vents. You have a center vent, and notice here on the Corsa, these are open and closable, whereas on the Pista, they're going to have the rubberized inserts. So again, they're fully functional, tying in with this ridge system, which is the IVR system that moves and sweeps the air through these ridges in the EPS all the way back. Notice there are 2 passive vents in the back of the helmet, again, for that passive Venturi effect to suck that air through the back. And what I like that they've done as well is underneath the helmet, you're going to see when I flip it upside down, the chin vents are now open and closable by finger operation, and that's going to be inside of the helmet. If I get my finger in there, there you go. You can see how we're working there, open and close. And again, all the vents have this honeycomb weave behind them, this structure that has some ventilative properties that's going to suck that air in, not inhibit it, and get it flowing through the helmet. So again, nearly 150% increase in airflow, and that was one of the big pieces of feedback that Rossi gave them coming off of the GP Tech. Let's move into the shield, completely different. I believe this is the Race 2 shield from AGV, and what's different about it is Class 1 optically correct. Notice it's as flat as it potentially can be, but again, it's up to 3 millimeters thick, 3.3 millimeters thick in the front of the shield, and that's an impact absorbing property here. They're giving you that thicker, more crash protective shield than we've had in previous versions. You'll notice that it's a center locking mechanism, both up and down, again, so you could use it with either hand, and then it's going to come with tear-off posts. And these tear-off posts on the inside of the shield are actually going to have pin lock posts as well, so you can use a pin lock insert for your anti-fog. A helmet at this level, you're going to want to use the pin lock lens. You can purchase this for us and install it. Now, as I move over to the shield change mechanism, I like what they've done here as well. This is the new quick release style shield change mechanism from AGV. What you would do is you'd open it, and now I'm going to pull this piece down, and the shield comes right off. It's that simple. I'm actually going to do it on the fly here. Now I've removed my shield. That simple. You can see the profile of the shield, and if I move it inside, you can see our pin lock post there, again, for that pin lock lens, and that's how you get the best form of anti-fog. But now I've removed it, I might as well show you the eye port. Now, the eye port has this big new style rubberized gasket, and what they've done with the eye port is it's about 9% wider, so you're getting left or right field of view. But here's the key feature here. I'm going to put my shield back on because I want to show it. Shield goes on one pop, comes around on this side, 2 pop, snap it up. There's my shield. That quick, that easy. Think about that in the pit on a race, on a change. Think about the Isle of Man, what that's going to mean for riders. Again, really, really quick and easy. But what they've done here is I'm going to show you the profile. I'm going to go back to my side profile. Remember, this helmet is designed to be fit and oriented in that position. That's square for you. So what they've done is they've added 15 degrees field of vision, and where that comes into play is from center line up. You know, typically when a racer's in the tuck, they're going to have the brow of the helmet getting into their line of sight when they're in the tuck with the chin on the tank. Dainese with Rossi, or actually AGV rather, has now added 15 degrees of field of view from the midpoint up. So you're now seeing, full cinema view and full peripheral view, dramatic improvement in face shield visibility here on the AGV Corsa. So now as I take the Corsa and I roll it up, you're going to see the redesigned neck roll. So again, aggressive profile. You see it here on the chin on this really aggressive, almost hawk's bill peak. And look at the distance there, giving you better coverage for your chin, knowing it's going to be on the tank. A rubberized piece, so that's going to protect the bike, but also your sternum if you happen to crash and put your head down. But notice the way that this is cut out along the back. This is meant to integrate with the back of your race suit. Now, I've seen Dainese making race suits now that have more of a mesh along the back of the collar. Now they're taking the Corsa and they're creating that little scoop there, so it's not going to get in the way, and you're going to have full range of motion up, down, left to right when you're in the tuck. Now, I will say that the piece is a little different here. They're almost using a neoprene collar, which is different and much more race-oriented. This helmet's got to be set up to be great and quiet year-round. Remember, the racetrack, they wear earplugs all the time. They don't care about quiet. This helmet provides a great balance of both quiet and flexibility here in the neck roll, and you can see it's one piece as it goes all the way around. Now I'm going to pull my donut up here, and let's start to disassemble my Corsa that I have in front of me. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my chin curtain out. Removable neoprene chin curtain, and notice the notch cut out in the middle there, and that notch cut out is going to allow me to get in there and operate my chin vent, and there's my chin vent operation. You can see it. Still double D-ring. Remember, we're on the racetrack here. Micrometric ratchets are not as safe as double D-ring. Double D-rings are the way to go. And as I start to pull out my cheek pads, there are a few things going on here that are even tunable with the cheek pads and the neck roll. So I'm going to pop it out, one piece, Cool Max lining, which is a wicking lining. There we go. So let me pull it out across my straps here. This is a premium lining, which means it's going to be very comfortable. It's going to be wicking. It's going to be antimicrobial. Notice how that all comes together in one piece. There are a few things going on. Notice the cheek pad here. Do you see how I can get to the cheek pad? I can get my finger right up in there. There's actually a cutaway, and it comes with 2 ergonomic side-mounted pieces of foam that are going to allow you to fine-tune your cheek pads here. So what you can do is you can slide this in if you want a higher density cheek pad. Again, a really nice touch from AGV as they're thinking about the tuning of the helmet. Moving into the back of the helmet, you can see the way that it comes together. They've done a zonal EPS, which means a higher density EPS along the cheeks, medium density in the crown of the head, and they're going to have along the jawline maybe a lower density. Again, they've done that knowing where the most prone areas of impact are, so they're going to allow it to be tuned to the actually the facial structure of your face and your head so that you don't have the wrong density of EPS or foam when you're getting into areas or types of crash that it could end up hurting you. And again, that's a safety feature that's part of the tuning. And as I move inside, you're also going to notice the way that the comfort liner comes together. Again, antimicrobial, and it's going to be wicking. Now, one of my nitpicks here too is there's no emergency cheek pad system, and I'm not sure why they did that, but again, that was a choice they made potentially for the way that they wanted to redesign the ergonomics of the comfort liner. Now, as I bring out my comfort liner, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it there for a second. Let me show you the interior and the vent scheme. Again, the IVS system, integrated ventilation system that integrates with the zonal EPS and those big lumps or ridges on the top of the head, again, right up there, that are going to channel air in through the front, move it to the back, and again, circulate it throughout your head. So there's my interior, and again, it's going to be that intermediate to neutral head shape, but ready as I put my Corsa down, here's how I'm going to tune it. Here's my comfort liner. Look at the amount of cutaway they have. Notice where it connects. It connects at the front along the brow, and you're going to have a lot of cutouts that are going to flow air. And notice these little adjusters right here. These adjusters that completely pull out are dual density foam, and really they come out to increase the ventilation to the top of your head. So again, they're right over that IVS channel that's cut away. So again, you have the ability to tune those. If I turn over the helmet and the comfort liner, I actually have the ability now to insert this piece of foam, which is also included. If I would insert it there, it adds additional support at the back of the head. So now I can fine tune that piece of foam to give me better occipital ridge support. But here's where all of the great fine tuning comes into play. 3 positions, and really it's kind of what works best for you. Wide for a more narrow head, medium for a medium head, and internal for a more round head. And what you would do is you really need to do it yourself and ride with it. But notice it's front, back, left, and right. You have the ability to tune the comfort liner of this helmet that's going to allow you the best shape and the best fit while riding. Notice there's no material where you don't need it, so you're getting the maximum airflow, and which you can also tune over the top of your head. But again, the first helmet manufacturer that we've seen do that now gives you the ability to go from that intermediate shape and get slightly more round, slightly more narrow, and really integrate the helmet the way that you want it for the ergonomics of your ride. Now, looking at it on the interior, again, Coolmax wicking lining, microfiber, again, super premium. This is the same liner that Valentino Rossi is going to use. And again, that's the technology that you're investing in the Corsa. You're just not getting that $400 carbon fiber exterior shell and the more race-oriented thoroughbred style Neckroll. Everything else in this helmet is really the same, and that's the beauty of it. So the next step in your journey is to read other rider reviews, feedback on this helmet at RevZilla.com. Click right here. Start with my information. I'm a fan, but this is the top of the food chain, the AGV line, for the non-hardcore carbon fiber necessary racer. This helmet's going to touch a lot of people, and people are going to have a phenomenal experience with it, but you can do the rest of your homework by seeing what other folks are saying. As always, we're going to ship for free, and if you want to give a Gear Geek a shout, you know, it's our job to know the nuances of all of this gear, including the AGV Corsa. See us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thank you for watching our detailed breakdown of the brand new AGV Corsa helmet, available at RevZilla.com/AGV. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.